Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
The Doctor of Discernment is now online.
You know, much like my show, in that it's a local reaction to things that are happening on a federal level.
Dispensing a daily dose of common sense. No prescription required.
Wow, do I have a boatload of stuff for you, from the crazy to the absurd. Let's start getting into it because, I mean, it is bizarro world out there. And I say, if it's obvious to me, it should be obvious to everybody. Oh, wow. Who could have seen this coming?
This is the Fourth Hour with Greg Belfrage.
Hold on to your butts.
Broadcasting from my basement bunker beneath Keller Radio. Welcome to the Fourth Hour with Greg Belfrage. Oh, Denise, I am feeling your pain. I totally understand what she's saying. This cold, today is not as bad as yesterday. Yesterday was cold. My daughter and I were trading some texts yesterday, and she's like, "I'm off today. Can I?" I'm like, "No, I just want to go home and be warm." So I'm seeing her today, but. Yeah, it's painful on the joints, Denise. I totally understand. Hey, it's great to have all of you along as usual. I don't have a lot for you today, so let's get right to it. The President Trump on Truth Social this morning. And hold on a second here. I want to make sure I think I messed myself up. The president was responding to a post on X from a young woman, Tanya, who's actually, I was just on her. This is why I don't have a lot of stuff for you today. When I get on X, man, I just get grabbed by this and this and this. So, but she had a post to which the president responded. I'll share her post first. Nevada voter fraud. 42,000 people voted more than once. 1,500 dead people voted. 19,000 people voted while living outside Nevada. 8,000 used non-existent addresses. 15,000 used commercial vacant addresses. 4,000 non-citizens voted. And she says, this is why we need the SAVE Act, nuke the filibuster, and pass the SAVE Act. So this is the debate right now is on X as to whether to nuke the filibuster so that we can pass the SAVE Act. And the president then responding on Truth Social said these people must be in jail for a long time. Totally rigged election, he said. And this is within the last hour. And then he also had shared a video of Nevada voter fraud being exposed. And this is what's really then generating a lot of conversation. So what is the SAVE Act? It's the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act. Excuse me. So the SAVE Act is something that Congress has been debated, considered passing. The House had passed it, and as usual, it's the Senate then that winds up being a little bit bumpier. And I think it's Senator Mike Lee, if I'm not mistaken, Senator Mike Lee, who's behind the SAVE Act. So Elon Musk, now as we talk about this, passing the, waiving the filibuster, getting rid of the filibuster, Elon Musk says, to be clear, I think we should only waive the filibuster to pass an Election Integrity Act into law, but not for any other reason. Election integrity must include visual ID that proves citizenship and in-person voting, except in extreme circumstances like troops overseas. So that's the comment from Elon Musk on X this morning. And the president had shared that post from Taya, as well as a photo of the president's response. These people must be in jail for a long time, totally rigged election. She's got a lot of great posts, actually. For those of you who are on X, look her up. Taya is Taya is her name. And this is why I got pretty wrapped up. She also responded to, talking about Michigan. 17,327 dead people found in obituaries voted in the Michigan 2020 presidential election. Voter fraud is occurring on a massive scale. This is why we need the SAVE Act. Nuke the filibuster and pass the SAVE Act. So a lot of debate about the SAVE Act as to and whether or not that's something that we need. And I really do. And I understand where Elon Musk is coming from. There have been those who, when it comes to the filibuster, they want to keep the filibuster. Those who are serving in the Senate say they want to hold on to the filibuster. They don't want to give it up. They want to be able to do that. You're never going to pass any kind of, you're not going to pass the SAVE Act. You're not going to pass any kind of voter integrity act as long, you just won't under current circumstances. And I think Elon Musk is onto something. Okay, let's nuke the filibuster. And then someone else had responded a little bit further. Mila Joy said, one more thing. After they nuked the filibuster to pass election integrity, pass one more law to make the filibuster a law. That way, Democrats can never use it. So keep the filibuster in there, because the Democrats get in control. If they wind up in control of Congress, they will nuke the filibuster. It'll be gone. And then that's when hard times will really, I think, begin, is once that filibuster is gone. So I understand why you've got Republicans who are very, they don't want to see the end of the filibuster. It's something we've talked about on the radio show before. They don't want to see the end of the filibuster. And I understand why. It makes a great deal of sense why nuking the filibuster in the long term is going to be detrimental, because once you've got Democrats in power, it becomes something different. So, but what do you think about that? I welcome your thoughts as to whether or not that the issue of nuking the filibuster only to pass voter election integrity laws, and then put the filibuster in place in a way that it cannot be erased. That's interesting to me. I don't know what the repercussions of that would be, but at least it's worth studying, and it's worth hearing reaction from others as to what that might do and what that might cause. But the SAVE Act, Senator Mike Lee is one of the sponsors I know in the U.S. Senate. And it's something he has talked about extensively on X, as well as in other, on other social media platforms, media appearances, and so on. And it makes absolute sense. When you see especially the number of people who are voting, those numbers that I just shared with you, the number of people, and that was just in Nevada, the number of people who were voting, it's really kind of mind-numbing, I think, as you look at it. So I'm going to leave that thought with you for today. That's all I've got for you. So I'm going to cut you loose. Thank you, as I just want you to understand how much I appreciate you being a part of what we're doing here. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button before you leave. Makes a difference, especially on YouTube. I'd like to see more subscribers on YouTube. So please, if you appreciate the content we're putting out there, become a subscriber. Very, very deeply appreciated. And that's it for now. So you have made it to the end of the video. You are part of my gallery of champions. Special salute to the Bunker Brigade. I can see their comments flipping by on the right side here as we're streaming, and I'm grateful for all of you. So until tomorrow, my friends, I'm underground and gone.